Hello everybody, welcome to this video where I'm going to discuss some questions based on this article that I have read it. Um, to dive in, well, let's know the title of this article: to celebrate or denigrate. Through this article, it is emphasized that how stories are somehow dismissed through civilizations and over time, and most of the time they are published, but they turn out to be erased immediately because they were controversial at some times. Um, so let's get straight to the questions to dive into this topic. First things first, why were many stories lost to civilization? Well, That's I think that's the main problem of stories because they doesn't land as we wanted. Most of the time they are fit or they are written in a place where problems are on the road. So when a story comes up, this can be detrimental, can affect or can be, like a way to offense some can be offensive, and that's why people decided to erase it, and somehow they will disappear it. They will disappear it. So that is how stories end up being erased from the human history. Um, well, also there are civilizations where, of course, stories haven't been told because they were enslaved or they were conquered, as in the case of the American conquered. That's why we can say that we haven't know enough about some communities or some stories behind cultural identities because we didn't have the opportunity to know their versions or their testimonies about how probably they developed their civilization, or mystical stories that can cheer someone up and can be interesting because that is the gist or um the heart of a story. It is not only to inform about an event, it can help you to entertain somebody. Why should someone seek out multiple perspectives? Yeah, I think that happens when you are not sure about the validity of a story. When there's like a falsehood, that it's probably something that doesn't make you feel comfortable. So the best next thing is just to, you know, validate that by proving some perspective, by reading a lot of viewpoints that will help you, of course, to make a decision. In the end, once you have all this evidence collected and you are sure about what your decision will be, you can, of course, um, made up your mind for the best decision. It's on your own, but that is how you can, you know, um, make it clear. Like, first of all, you need to read a lot of documents and be sure about what this story involved or what was the main problem. Many several factors that you will study a lot. And that is when you, of course, depend on um other documents, other papers, and just to seek out for multiple perspectives. Last but not least, why might a government or a group of people want to suppress the telling of some stories? Why might a government or a group of people want to suppress the telling of some stories? Well, the reality is that some stories are not only controversial, that they are troublemaker. We can see it like as it because, for example, in the religious field, there are some versions of the same God. So religions ranges from Buddha, Jehovah, or Jesus Christ in the Catholic Church. So despite the fact that there are many the stories behind the same God, we can understand that they are a frequent fight between them. Like one story, one religion can wants to be the best of every all of the religions around the world. And that is how they want to, you know, stand out as much as they can and just denigrate others' versions of other beliefs. When it comes to political histories, this was kind of interesting when the World War II happened, took place. To be exact, to be specific, when the war took place in Germany, when the Nazis um expand their domains to the this religion community that I don't remember the names, but they wanted to erase them as soon as possible, and they employ this political system to do that because they carry out a lot of um atrocities to them because well, one of them is that they kill more than 1 million of people, so that is a lot of to think, it's not provoking how they wanted to erase their stories and made it to be unknown for the whole world. But well, the ending of such a band is well known nowadays, and that's why we can make sure that community religion was that religious community was actually survived, and who didn't do was, of course, the party, political party. So, well, that's everything I want to share with you. I really found interesting this article, and I hope to find more than articles like this because, as I said previously, I don't like the articles that has to do with political topics. But anyway, thank you so much.